Indonesian Analog Horror is creepy as Hey homies, how's it going? We're back today with some Indonesian Analog Horror. Now you guys are probably wondering, Rat, can you speak Indonesian? No, I can't, but these videos, the three that we've got to watch, have English subtitles. Now what I will say is I have had to add some of my own in on the screen via editing, just to make you guys aware. So this video might be a little different, so if it is, just bear with me on that. The creator of this series, called The Last Broadcast, is Blocky Brain. Make sure to go and subscribe to that. I wanted to check it out and show you guys, you know, a different part of analog horror that obviously I'm, and you probably are, not so used to. So let's have a look, let's dive in, and I'll see you on the other side. Indonesian Analog Horror. Damn. Okay.
Kepala Staf Angkatan Laut Laksamana
We got some sort of like army people.
Mayor Jenderal TNI Tri Sutrisno.
And they're visiting the depot explosion site.
Gudang amunisi di Cilandak, Jakarta Selatan. Dalam kunjungan itu, Kepala
Oh, well, hello, that was quick. So during the visit, we get a EAS that quick. What the hell, dude? What's happening? So this is the last broadcast because the president said that. So the government of Indonesia have fallen. It's been taken over by an entity. Oh my god. And it's non-human. So don't take a shower and avoid going outside. Well, yeah, probably a good idea. I don't think I'd want to go outside if the government's been taken over. So we've got the national anthem. We played for the last time. That's next level, dude. My god, bruh. Okay. Out of respect, I'm going to listen to this. Out of respect. And there will be subtitles on the screen now, scrolling up and down the screen, which will show what the national anthem is in English. So just bear in mind. So I'm going to assume that these two people on the left and right are the government people they were talking about that went to the ammunition site. Or they've them to have been taken over. That's crazy, bro. I've never heard the national anthem, but it's actually very nice. And if you look at the English subtitles, they're very, very meaningful. As in, like, there's a big meaning behind it, bro. I damned it. Yeah, out of respect, like I say, we'll listen to it because, you know, it's not my national anthem personally, but, you know, part of the video and to pay respect, you know, to Indonesia and the country itself. That's why I'm keeping this going forward. Regardless, I don't really have much to say, but you get my point. And then obviously it kind of brings it more real. Oh my god, hello. Relax, man, well, doesn't it? Give me a little scare there for a second. Oh, whoa, okay. So this is what's happening now that the government's been overtaken. What is that? Whoa, okay. I don't like that, dude. Whoa, look, you can see like some sort of like light and then something coming down. It's creepy. Flipping hell, man. Can you just like imagine being in that situation though, that you're just watching like a live broadcast about something like a TV like news broadcast, right? And you're in your own country, so let's obviously take England in consideration. And then you just get this big alert that just pops up and it's like, yo, like the government's been taken over by an entity, non-human. It's just like, what the hell? Dude, I would be creeped out. And like, as much as like I know this is fictional, like that come across very real, and it's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. We're going to be now watching video 2 called Slave, the last broadcast number 2. Now, what I will just say to you guys is the first 30 seconds of this video is in Indonesian, but I have put the English subtitles on the screen for you. And also what I am going to be doing is speaking this in English, at least for the first 30 seconds. Just so obviously you guys are aware of that, so you know that I can't speak in Indonesian, obviously, but Google Translate was my best friend today. So let's dive in. Line of freedom seekers. Immediately give this cassette tape to someone else or store it safely. I would be getting rid of it, to be fair, but that's just me. If you receive this cassette, remember that we still have a chance to restore the glory of humanity. We are at the forefront of saving the earth and our civilization. Today, the world is shrouded in fear against those who come and destroy the order. Will we just be silent or go forward? Now, those words within the first 44 seconds there, guys, is next level, like, heavy. As in, it's fictional what we're watching right now, but it feels so real, because the way I see it is people are nowadays, the world is shrouded in fear because we never know what's going to happen with changes that happen all the time, with issues within governments, with issues with wars, la la la. I'm not going to go into political stuff right now because that's not what this video is about, but it's more like, you know, it just makes you wonder, it makes you think that, like, with this fictional thing we have here, and looking at it in a different perspective, that this is a real life situation, it does make you wonder, and it does confirm really that what this is saying is true. The world is shrouded in fear. And it's like, do we go silent or do we fight for that? You see what I mean? And then, you know, with the government and stuff like that within this, you know, being taken over, because it does carry on, it does make you wonder, you know, what's going to happen next. It's just, it's eyeballing, you know? It makes me wake up a little bit, I guess you could say. Okay, so this bit has got English, so we can understand what's going on. Okay. Okay, so the Mr. President went to the room, and he said, send this tape to the TV RI now. Yeah, so he did expect the explosion site from the first video, they did say. So this bit here, they're talking about, as in, you know, obviously he has to turn on, the president asked this person, Noto Hamijoyo, hopefully I'm saying that right, I could be wrong, so if I am, I do apologise, obviously to be checking the broadcast of his inspection this morning, but obviously then, you know, the strange broadcast come up that we saw, obviously this guy's panicked, and then he's just remembered the strange anomalies in the past couple of months. So the thing is, to me, is like, was the president like aware, you know, of these anomalies, or has this guy just not been saying anything about the anomalies? It does make me wonder, do you know what I'm saying? Very interesting, this analog horror, it really is. It really goes deep in, man. It does. Good story behind it, you know. Okay, so the president's asked them, they have to pack up. So I'll be honest, I don't really know much about Indonesia in regards to like religion and stuff. I guess like is it Maghrib prayers? I guess there's something they do, maybe daily. I don't know. This is something I would need to confirm, and maybe you guys can work that out for me in the comments if you're from Indonesia, or if you know Indonesia more than I do, and sort of like how it works and all of that sort of stuff. And obviously on here, you know, it's saying they're throwing stones to the wind. It's like someone's throwing stones to the window, and then there's strange creatures surrounding the palace. Like the non-entity is basically like an eagle. That's crazy, bro. Wow, like a human with like eagle legs. What is that? Wow. Sorry for all the pausing, guys, but I've got a lot to say, because obviously where it's in a different language, for me, it's like, you know, I want to obviously react to this, and for me to react to it, I've kind of got to put my point across, like, if it's pausing it a little bit and then coming back to it, so I do apologise to that. But it looks like the president wasn't happy at all, obviously because of what's happened. You know, with all of we're seeing these non-human entities. Obviously, they look like humans with like eagle legs, with hoods. Very creepy. Obviously, the creature's very strong too. And yeah, he was also dragged to the crowd of the creatures and then walked away. A bright red light. This guy saw the light a week before, and if you remember from the first video, just at the end there, we saw that red light coming down from the sky to the bottom, so that must be the red light that they're talking about right now. And if I saw that red light, I'd be running a million miles away, considering that this president, you know, has been basically taken by one of these creatures, and then shoved into a crowd of them. Ugh. F that, bro. And I don't like how this guy has already seen it, and I don't. Assuming he's not said anything. Okay, so this guy basically, he's passed out and then he's woken up. He's then said there's like several strange creatures inside the palace. They didn't attack him or anybody else there. He's obviously then checked if anyone's left, but me and Mr. Blanked. I'm going to assume that I was going to say it's the president, but I don't think it is. It's someone else. I'm going to assume they've then decided to go solo. The government's gone, basically collapsed. Strange creatures are everywhere. This guy's like, yo, I need to go home to see my family. But where is his hometown is what I wonder, because we're in Jakarta obviously at the moment, so it makes me wonder. So what I do wonder though, right, is that did this Noto guy know all about it? Obviously he said he'd seen these anomalies before and he'd seen this and seen the red light, but why did he never say anything? Was this because he was too scared to, or may have it been because he's like part of it somehow? I know that sounds a bit nuts, but I don't know. But anyway, let's carry on. Okay, so the creature is strange. And they don't attack unless we get too close or having an intention to kill. So when he went solo, the atmosphere was quiet. No one was there. But the creatures were roaming. There were people by the roadside. They were all with a headless corpse. Oh god. Ooh, that was creepy. So is this is who they are then, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, there's a crowd of them, see? My god, bro. Damn, well there you go, guys. That was Slave. And I can tell you, like, this is why I'm wondering, sort of like, you know, what are these things? Like, what are they? And I have a feeling in the final video, which we can see here, called Origins, I'm assuming we might find out a bit more about what they are. And, like, what their reason was behind to overtake the government in Indonesia. Bear in mind, this is only in Indonesia right now. I'm assuming it could be the whole world, and we're not sure of that. But let's find out the origins in number 3 now. I'm going to move on to the final video now, called Origins. Now, again, what I will say is in part of this video, it is in Indonesian, and I have then put the English subtitles in it for you. This Indonesian Analog Horror is actually probably better than some of the English stuff I've seen. And that's most of my content, bear in mind. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's see. So attention, if you're under 12, you might want to get your parents' guidance to check this. But other than that, I'll shut up. Let's go. Okay.
Humans have searched for their origins. It is said that humans have evolved after millions of years, passing through various disastrous events one after another,
Quite true.
Us adapt to the nature of the Earth.
That is actually really true, and I actually believe that. Obviously, we have obviously had evolution over the years, obviously, from like millions of years ago, from the dinosaurs and all that. Actually, probably before that, actually, but yeah. And yeah, this video definitely already within 30 seconds has kind of proven a point. That is very true. And I've always wondered sort of like where we came from. I've got my own beliefs on that. I'm not actually going to put them in this video though, because that's my own personal thing. But anyways, I just want to say one thing though. Sounds like David Attenborough. I mean, it might well be. I don't know.
But are all these things real? Are we the descendants of earlier creatures? Or are we new creatures who suddenly appear to civilization on Earth?
That's actually quite true, that. And that image we've just seen there looks like one of the things we saw from the end of the second video. Crazy,
One
right?
surprising thing came from the island of Java, Indonesia.
Okay.
Kakuin Manusapawachrita is an ancient text which was later interpreted and rewritten by a poet of the Javanese polis in 1850.
That's actually not that long ago, really.
The controversial topic of human origins.
Okay.
Interestingly, this text is also supported by the discovery of inscriptions and cave paintings that accurately describe the contents of Kakuin Manusapawachrita. Based on the text, we humans are not the natives of this planet.
Are we not?
It is said that human ancestors came from a dead planet. They wander from one galaxy to another in search of a new home.
So what they're trying to say is that we basically, I mean, obviously this is all fiction, guys, bear in mind. I think somewhat. But so what they're trying to say is that either us or like our previous evolution came from a dead planet, which also means a planet that you can't live on anymore. It's uninhabitable. Maybe there's no water on there and all of that. Basically, they've destroyed the planet. That's the best way to put it. And then obviously now they've gone in search to a new home. So they would have gone to the Earth, which is probably the closest planet. Okay.
When they come to planet Earth, they are warmly welcomed by the inhabitants of the Earth, who are called Himasan people.
Himasan people, okay.
The civilization of the Himasan people is said to be very advanced. They have a super big and tall mystical tower, which is the central energy source tower.
Right, so I think, so actually, I take back what I just said. So I think what they're saying is these Himasan people are already on the planet Earth. And I think then what we've done is then we've ended up coming over to the planet Earth with these Himasan people already on there. Are these Himasan people possibly the things that were taking over the government? Are they maybe getting some like kind of like revenge maybe or something? I don't know.
Unfortunately,
just
half
sounds a
of
bit...
the humans who come to planet Earth die because they cannot adapt to the Earth's atmosphere.
Wow, okay.
The Himasans negotiated with the humans. They wanted to perform a ritual to change the core material that makes up the human physical body.
Oh, what the hell?
In
okay.
today's world, we can interpret that ritual as a genetic engineering experiment, which is an extraordinary thing. Some of them disagree and choose to leave the Earth.
Wow, okay.
The first ritual
where do they go to,
resulted in a hairy creature. The creature's height shortened and its intelligence decreased.
That's not good.
In the second ritual, they combined the core material that forms human and this...
Reminds me of bloody Avatar. I'm not gonna lie, that actually gives me Avatar vibes. That's crazy, bro. What the hell? Maybe that's kind of what this is the kind of thing we're going at, you know? Not in, like, obviously it isn't Avatar, but, like, is that kind of, like, what we're looking at?
This material that forms Himasan. This is how humans are formed according to the text.
Wow.
Himasans and humans live side by side with an agreement that humans will live with their own civilization and may not interfere in each other's affairs. After years of coexistence, the human race sabotaged Himasans' technology.
That doesn't surprise me at all that we did that. Like, it just doesn't surprise me that humans would do that, because we damage the planet Earth right now as much as we seem to want to. And I mean, there's obviously people out there that don't, like me, but we always seem to damage everything, don't we? With wars, all that crap. Like, it's just nuts, man. Nuts.
Jealous of their technology and hate the fact that they have to stop with the remnants of what they brought from their home planet.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
the Himansan were enslaved, and the rest fled without a trace. Humans do everything they can to prevent new Himasan from being born into the world.
Damn.
The enslaved Himasans have no other choice but to deactivate the mystical energy tower, which is the source of life and energy of their civilization.
That's crazy.
The Himasans shed their physical bodies, and their subtle bodies go to the underworld, waiting for justice and the helping hand of God to get back what they have.
Okay, so this, I think, is where we're coming at. So I think when you look at the first... So, obviously, we've, like, basically kicked them out. Okay, basically. We've pretty much taken over the Earth, right? And we're sort of like, do you know what? We're getting jealous of their engineering, all that stuff, technology. And, obviously, the mystical tower that they have is what the Himasan use to basically be alive, right? They've obviously then destroyed that because they're like, well, we can't really do anything about it. The humans have taken over us. They've obviously then passed, they go into the underworld, and then they're sort of like, okay, once God is there, we can, you know, the God that we have, their God, will help them come back to, I guess, take the planet back from us. And I think this is why it links to the first video, and the second one, actually, in regards that, you know, the Himersons came back. That's what I'm going to
Along
assume.
with that, the tower also collapsed. Meanwhile, humans on Earth afterward continue to fight each other for the highest leadership position.
Oh, of course, no
They
surprise
even
there.
go to war over small things that they actually can talk about.
That is so true. So true.
Prophecy says that someday in the future, by God's will, the Himersons will be given another physical body and return to the surface of the Earth to seek revenge and take...
Exactly what I said. So what I'm thinking it is, right, is what's happened is, like I say, we've taken over it, and in the first two videos, the Himerson have come back to seek revenge and take back what they had from us. And that's why the government in Indonesia was taken over. That's nuts, bro.
back.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the only photo documentation of an ancient altar that shakes internal light. It's said that it's now stored in the National Museum. An inscription made from meteorite with unknown script and carved images, identical to the contents of Kakawin Manu Wakanta, were found at the east of Mount Merapi. Illustration of Himerson house based on Kakawan houses in a row, shining even without torches. It's crazy, man. The inscription is in the same script as the inscription found in Mount Merapi. Human nature is evil. Our goodness is caused by intentional activity. So true. We are evil. So I will be honest, that was nuts. And I do like how all these videos linked. And we're going to go to an outro, because I got a few things to say. There we are, guys. That was some Indonesian analog horror. And that was the last broadcast by Blocky Brain. Go and subscribe to them, guys, because my god, that was creepy. And that final video really got to me a little bit, as in just to show that, like, as us humans, we really are quite evil, aren't we? And when you look at that, that really, obviously, that's a fictional story, I think, somewhat, at least in regard. I think, like, I don't know if the Himersons are like a real thing. They might well be. I don't know. It might be a myth. I'm not really sure. But that would be something we'd have to confirm, I guess, and maybe you guys can do that in the comments. But, like, this analog horror was really well done, man. The graphics were great, the audio was great, and honestly, I want to see more. The only thing is, the last one that released was over a year ago. So I'm hoping that this creator, Blocky Brain, will hopefully release something new, because I want to know what's going on, because this isn't finished. There's a lot more to it, definitely. And I do wonder if the Himerson, you know, people did actually get it back from us. As much as they took over the government, but did they do everything else with the world, or is it just in Indonesia? If you guys enjoyed my reaction, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and go and check out the creator in my description, Blocky Brain, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't get too scared, and I hope you sleep well tonight. But yeah, keep it locked, leave me alone, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.